Trossard. Good touch from him. Trossard looking for options. Instead, he just has to kind of keep the ball for himself. Find Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu finds Jesus playing on the right for now. Ødegaard goes back to Tomiyasu. Arsenal with all the possession, but can they do anything with it? It has been a game that's kind of the errors have been led to the main parts of the game. Ødegaard now to Jesus on the right. Jesus plays one in. It's going to be well headed away from Danso. Really good header from him, a flying header away. That's more a place where Arsenal would have wanted Jesus. Probably would have been in the middle, but he was the man crossing the ball. Zinchenko finds Havertz. He loses the ball though. The German couldn't take it in his stride. Mendy then plays one out, and then Lons can have the ball in possession for themselves.
ขออภัยครับเมื่อกี้มันเด้งหลุด
Back to Samba, the goalkeeper, and now it's a chance for the goalkeeper Samba.
ไป
Calm things down a little bit as Arsenal have had the majority of the
โอ้โห
possession.
อะไรวะ
Good kick out to Frankowski. Bit of a heavy touch from him, but no, he does go back in the end to Gradit, who plays it forward. That's a good ball actually. The ball played through, and that was a dangerous one towards Wahi. Wasn't a bad idea from Thomas.
เก่งจริงเลยมึงเนี่ยไอ้ลอง
Zinchenko gives it away, and this could be a real chance actually. It's played out to just Satoka. I can get my words out. Satoka does play one in, and he's come a long way. The David Wright didn't really need to. Got 2 fists to it. He came and got there ahead of Saliba. Must have got a shout, the French centre back, because he ducked out of the way. Tomiyasu then commits a needless foul on Ricardo, and Lons have a free kick.
Oh, shit,
a couple of uncomfortable moments for Arsenal.
There's about 3 or 4 in that play. You look at Havertz giving the ball away. Tomiyasu there with a cheap foul, as you highlight, Samuel. And then you
โอ้โห
go back to
จ่าย
that
ฮาวเวิร์ด
nearly came
อะไร
inside your Wahi. It's a great
ไม่
interception
เอาดิ
from, it was Saliba, wasn't it, on the who came over to the left side of defence, and he needed to make that
ผม
interception.
มีเปลี่ยนไหมเอาเป็นไว้ดีกว่ามั้ง
He would have been through on goal.
จริงๆเพื่อน
But Lons kept coming. They lost the ball. They won it back. And then likewise again on another 2 occasions, I think it was. Good pressure from the hosts. It's their best spell of the second 45 so far. And they've got a free kick, and it was out of nothing, wasn't it? A ball into the air. Machado just feels the pressure from Tomiyasu from behind. It's a clear free kick. And now a chance for the defenders to come up, and they'll try another set piece. They threatened early on from corners. What will be a free kick?
It's going to be whipped
ขออภัยนะครับเพื่อน
ๆ
คนละกดแชร์กดติดตามให้หน่อย
Thought that might be hit on the volley. It comes out instead to Frankowski. He gets one. It's a deep one to the back post, and it's headed down. It was by, I believe it might have actually been by Danso who headed that ball down. He's been a threat from set pieces in this game. Eventually, Arsenal did clear, and here's Gradit in possession now. Good ball out to the left, a really good ball, in fact. This is an opportunity for Mercado now. He plays one in, and it's going to go all the way through, and in the end, it actually goes out for a goal kick. I believe it might have actually hit, it might have been Thomas that it hit in the end. I think he was trying to dummy it. It's a good ball from Ricardo, but it's Thomason who goes to dummy it, I think, and it comes off his right foot and goes out of play. I'm not sure what he was actually going for in truth. It kind of hits him and goes out either way. Napoli have equalised at Naples 2-2 with Real Madrid, but Lons with a promising few moments there in the game.
Well, I think he's just trying to surprise the Arsenal defence. He could be dummying it. He could be flicking it towards goal. Really, he sends it out for a goal kick. Good ball around the corner. This is from a goal kick immediately, and Arsenal try and pounce with Jesus.
Yeah, it was Jesus. It's a good header away actually by Gradit. It's Fabio Vieira who returned the ball to the Brazilian, and in the end, it's got to be said, it was well dealt with, but it was a bit of a poor ball from Vieira, too heavy from the Portuguese. He's not really had the impact on the game since coming on that he would have hoped for, and that Mikel Arteta would have hoped for as well. We are 10 minutes into the second half in France. Lons 1, Arsenal 1. Jesus takes that down really well though. Good defending by Mendy, and then Danso can try and shield it out. He does really well actually to find Mendy. That's really good play from Lons. And then Saliba gets there, finds Rice, and he goes back to Gabriel. Declan Rice has really grown into this game. FC Copenhagen lead Bayern Munich in Denmark. That's a shock result at this moment in time. A long time to go, of course, but that would be one of the shock results as Declan Rice finds Zinchenko. Arsenal still top of the group as things stand. It is still 0-0 in Eindhoven between PSV and Sevilla. Arsenal, of course, beating PSV very comfortably at the Emirates. Zinchenko with a poor ball that time. In this game, though, the ball's well held up. It's really good play that. It was by Abdel Samed there with some good play in the middle. And now it's a chance for Lons to get the ball. That's a really nice sharp turn. Good ball over the top to Wahi as well. Well, I thought it was a good ball, too much on it. Wahi's been very isolated in this game, but in fairness to him, he's not given anything up, has he, Wahi?
No, he hasn't. He's always chasing, and when Arsenal have the ball, he's the one applying the pressure early on to the defence, so you've got to give him credit for that. I mean, I think it's fair to say that he hasn't got entirely in the game, but then, as you pointed out, he got an assist for the goal. And he did brilliantly to chest it down on the edge of the area. his involvements in an attack, in a sense, have been relatively few and far between. But he's been working hard elsewhere, as you point out. He's a smaller. He's on his own up front, isn't he? And it's difficult for a smaller striker compared to some of the larger.
นาโปลีนะครับที่เสมอแล้วนะครับ1-2แล้วก็โอบาเนเก้นนะครับเพื่อนๆทำบาเยิร์นมิวนิกเอาละครับอะไรวะเป็นไปได้
kind of got caught in possession as Mendy has it now. He plays it out to Frankowski and Mendy gets it back. Nice little 1-2 between them. And then Amul Samed returns it and Gradit now plays it to Mendy. This is a nice little bit of a football from Lons. They're having a spell of possession for the first time in a little while really, and Mendy then plays a bit of a risky ball back to Samba. Ødegaard chases him down and he does well, the former Nottingham Forest goalkeeper. And then Tomiyasu goes in there, and is that going to be a foul? Wahi's done really well, so the ball's going to stay in for now. Wahi's done excellently there against Saliba, and then he plays it down through as well. This could be an opportunity actually for Lons if they can get a good ball into the middle. It's not the best ball in truth, and Jesus heads it away. Well, Wahi did fantastically originally, and it was Satoka with the eventual cross. It wasn't really good enough, and Jesus getting back there for his team heads it away.
That's fantastic from Wahi, it really is. I think Machado was wanting a foul, wasn't he, from Tomiyasu? They both went up for that Samba cross-field ball. And then Wahi, well, one, he keeps it in. Two, he's under pressure from the Arsenal defence. Frankowski just about keeps it in play on this near side. No, he doesn't. A heavy touch, and that's out for an Arsenal throw-in. But it was cracking play on the far side. I said he's just about kept it in and got around his man. And then when he lays it off to Satoka, should he have got into the box? He didn't. And then the cross comes in and it evaded every Lons player, which is a shame because they worked hard to get there in the first place.
Absolutely, as Gabriel finds Saliba. Not very often you see William Saliba beat him for pace, but he was a moment ago from Wahi. In fairness, it was excellent play from Wahi. When he has been involved in the game, to be fair to me, he's done well. The summer signing from Montpellier is Wahi, of course, scored his first goal for the club on Friday evening in that 1-0 win versus Strasbourg. So a bit of confidence to come into this game with. Again, the other group game in this one is 0-0 in Eindhoven between PSV and Sevilla. Arsenal hoping to make maximum points, but that's not the case at the moment. Nearly an hour played in France. Lons 1, Arsenal 1. The Gunners did take the lead, but were pegged back 11 minutes later. Thanks to an excellent finish from Thomason and Raya's ball. This might cause a bit of problems. The defence has really opened up there, and he's got to be a bit careful there. The Lons done really well. In fairness to him, I believe it might have actually been Medina who came across to get there ahead of Fabio Vieira, but there was no Lons players behind him, so if he did lose the ball, he would have been in big trouble.
ยากเพื่อนๆโคตรยากอะ
6-yard box, and he plays it out well. Mercado, who plays it forward. Rice is there to clear. Well, I say clear. It's a bit of a scuffed one, really, as Ødegaard is fouled. Is referee going to play advantage, or he's going to play on for the time being? Rice plays it towards Tomiyasu, gives it back to Rice. Good play from him. Declan Rice on the right, plays it to Jesus, who can maybe cross it in. Is that going to be a corner or a goal? It's a goal kick. I think Jesus was anticipating a touch, wasn't he, for a corner?
สวัสดีนะครับเพื่อนๆเข้ามาแล้วผมรบกวนฝากกด Subscribe ฝากกดติดตามให้หน่อย
But in the end, he's unable to keep it alive.
Yeah, he had to keep it in. I thought there might have been a touch from Medina at first, but there wasn't. He's just sliding ready to put off Jesus. And then he realises going out of place. He tries his best to keep it in. He doesn't. It's been an interesting spell the last 5 or 10 for Arsenal, really. It was about this time in the first half, wasn't it, where they got the lead. They haven't really looked like getting back in front yet from what we've seen as we tick past the first quarter of an hour of the second half. Medina's angry about something. I'm not entirely sure what. Brice Samba taking his time on this goal kick. Eventually lofts it towards Satoka, though, and it's a cheap one to give away, and Arsenal might pick it up inside the centre of the field. No, they give it away as well, and Mendy will win it back for Lons.
Yeah, it's poor already from Gabriel, and now they can come forward to Satoka, and that's not a bad ball either, but Zinchenko does really well, the Ukrainian, and then Trossard can't take it. It's been a catalogue of errors in the last couple of minutes in this, well, last 30 seconds or so in this game, and then eventually a foul's committed by Kai Havertz, and I think he was having a good first half, the German, but he hasn't really settled in this second half yet, really, and he gives away a foul, and both teams giving the ball away cheaply. It's been a game that's really come down to errors so far, hasn't it, Ben? It's been a game that hasn't been low on quality by any means, but really, the big moments in the game have all come from the poor defensive errors. As the ball goes out to Mercado, he can't quite keep it alive, though, on his head. He puts it out for a throw-in, but that's kind of been this game. It's not been a game of bad quality, but really, errors have been the main contribution.
Yeah, it's peculiar in that sense, isn't it? Because, as you say, there's so much quality on this field, and yet errors are what have ultimately led to both teams scoring. A real bizarre way to look at the game, but that is the case. Outside of that, it's been an exciting game, but not one with bags of chances, certainly not big chances. The only big chances in the game really have been the goals, apart from maybe that Trossard strike early in this second half, saved by Samba in the end. There's a lot of intrigue to the game. Both teams have shown that they can have the ball at their feet, but both teams have shown they can equally give it away as well. And I think that's when both the respective oppositions in that regard have been at their strongest, where they can try and punish the other team for their mistakes. There could be one now. Is Zinchenko under pressure from Abdel Samid? He has to give a blind pass in the end. Alonso pick it up, and they want to try and get bodies forward quickly again.
Satoka now plays it through, and this is Frankowski. This is a real chance. Oh, and in the end he plays to Satoka actually, and it's his heels actually. It would have opened up from a bit in that area, but in the end the touch, and now Jesus can win it. And this is it's really good defending by Danso actually. I thought Jesus for a moment had just outmuscled him there, and in the end Danso gives it back to Badina. It's good defending by Danso, because I thought Jesus had the beating of him for a moment as the ball was played forward, but it was good play that once, wasn't it? And Frankowski just hit Satoka on the back of the heel.
เวลาเว้ยเพื่อน
We see that happen so often. It's a classic thing to happen.
เหนื่อยใจครับเกือบได้ลูก2ครับพี่นัตตี้
hitting the heel and then it just doesn't go through to him, and that's
ไม่ได้ดิ
the French side as Wahi plays goes to go through.
หัวหนูล้ำหน้า
at all. Saliba it was he was running against.
โอ้ยวันนี้มันเป็นยังไงวะมันเสมอกันหมดเลยอ่ะเพื่อน
Waves Wahi back to his feet as Declan Rice has the ball now inside his own half.
สวัสดีนะครับเพื่อนๆเข้ามาแล้วนะรบกวนฝากกด Subscribe ฝากกดติดตามให้หน่อย แต่นอนผมเนี่ยยังไม่มีวี่แววเลย
David Raya, who was on the ball a moment ago with a bit of a loose pass, and Lons capitalised, may score in the equaliser. We're seeing Bukayo Saka, who was subbed off, kind of sit down on the bench, a little bit gingerly moving still, isn't he, Saka, at the moment? This is a big concern, not just in terms of tonight for Arsenal, but with games going forward. The international break, of course, is coming up, so that might give him rest. Gabriel with a poor ball that time. Arsenal have given it away again, and Mendy plays one through. This is a real opportunity for Frankowski here. He plays one back. It's a chance, and it's in the side netting. What an opportunity that is! And it was Abdel Samed with the chance. What a chance, and I thought that went in for a moment. It actually hits the side netting, poorly given away. Oh, I think he might have been offside anyway, Frankowski, either way.
Well, I think Tommy Astor on the far side might have been keeping. I mean, it would have gone to the lines, obviously, wouldn't it? But yeah, a great chance. Might do just enough to put
ยิงโอ้ยยัดแค่ไม่โดนเกือบโดนแล้วนน
But a great chance, and it's another mistake.
โอ้ยดีไม่เข้ากรอบ
They're being short in the passing again from this goal kick, but good play on the far side, and Thomas had cuts it back for Abdel Samid, and a decent chance for Lons, as you say.
วันนี้โทมิไม่ไหวว่าต้องเปลี่ยนแล้วล่ะอินเตอร์มิลานนะครับขึ้นนำเบนฟิก้าแล้วนะครับ 1-0 ก็สรุปนะครับตอนนี้โคปาเนเกนนำบาเยิร์น 1-0 นาโปลีนะครับเสมอมาดริด 2-2 PSV เสมอเซบีย่า 0-0 แมนยูนะครับเสมอกาลาตาสาราย 1-1 ลองเสมอเซนอน 1-1 แล้วก็อินเตอร์มิลานนำเบนฟิก้านะครับ1-0 โอ้โหเนี่ยวันนี้เล่นไม่ดีเลยนอนต้องยอมรับอะเพื่อนๆนะครับเข้ามาแล้วฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์กดติดตามให้หน่อย
finds Declan Rice under a little bit of pressure. Rice has to go to find Gabriel, and the Brazilian plays the ball forward, and for the third time in a few minutes gives it away, and they win it back now, and in the end Abdel Samad is beaten to it, and here's Declan Rice. Can he now find a ball forward? He runs forward with it, takes the ball past the halfway line. The former West Ham man, Ødegaard, not been the Norwegians' most influential evening so far. Rice can play one in. It's not a bad ball. It's it nearly went into his own net, and it's Frankowski who got the touch. And well, we saw Joel Matip for Liverpool a few days ago put one through his own net, didn't we? And that one was a bit.
เห็นไหลออกขวาไปขวาไหลไป
Oh yeah, and he'll no doubt be telling everyone he had it under control anyway. But there's maybe a half hesitation just to think where that could have ended up. Fortunately, over the crossbar in the end. But it is a corner. It's the right decision for Frankowski.
ได้ลูกเตะมุมแล้วเว้ย
There could have been an Arsenal man to pounce. Ultimately, there wasn't, but he's taken no chances to clear it out. But this is a good chance for Arsenal to bounce back after what has been some good pressure from Lens.
It absolutely has. Ødegaard with the chance to deliver. 66 minutes played. You listen to unofficial offshoot studio commentary. Ødegaard's delivery. It's a good one. It's a chance and it's a save. It was Takahiro Tomiyasu coming in at the back post, completely unmarked, hits it on the volley, and it's just saved by Bryce Samba. I'm not sure Samba knew an awful lot about it, but either way, that has to go down as a good save. And the Japanese, well, he doesn't score very often at all, does he, Tomiyasu? He nearly did there, and here's his ball through towards Havertz from Ødegaard. It's well cleared though. It's Medina with some really good defending on
เรียบ
that
ร้อย
occasion.
ไอ้เหี้ยไม่ได้
With their second big chance
เฮ้ย
in the second half, and a second big save from Samba. They've given it away again. Lons Ødegaard.
ไม่ได้ 2-1 ครับเพื่อน
What a chance that was for Tomiyasu. He will not get many better than that. Arsenal won't get many better than that either. Jesus goes down. That's going to be a corner. It's a good challenge from
ๆเอาหลุด
McCarthy.
แล้วเดการ์ด
What a chance that is, though, for Tomiyasu, and Bryce Samba, the hero on that occasion.
Yeah, and he immediately celebrated, did Samba. Just looked to his home crowd and gave a bit of a fist pump. And it's great contact from Tomiyasu, I have to say. It's a fantastic strike. He couldn't hit it any cleaner, I should say, and he keeps it hard and low. But Samba's diving that way, isn't he? And he's just sticks away, arguably diving out of it. But
เฮ้ยใครใหญ่ยิงได้อีกแล้วเห็นไหมผมบอกแล้วเห็นไหมใครใหญ่ยิงได้แน่นอน โอ้ยเป๊ะเลยอ่ะผมไม่รู้มาก่อนนะผมพิมพ์ไปใครใหญ่ยิงได้แน่นอนนะประตูที่2นอนก็หูเกือบได้โอ้โหโล่งๆเลยโทมิโอ้โหยิงไปตรงตัว
And it was easily saved from Samba. That was a much easier save than the one he made a moment ago. It was literally landed right in his arms. And Gabriel, to be fair, had to get up among a lot of players there, didn't he, Gabriel? He got his head to it, but it was an easy save for Samba. Comfortably had two hands on it, and Arsenal are readying Ben White.
โอ้ฮอยลุนแม่งไวจัดอ่ะเพื่อน
Didn't quite see. Might well have been Reece Nelson, but the Gunners have had a good spell in the game in the last couple of moments, and that is exactly what they need to keep up as Tomiyasu with a good touch. โอ้โหดูหอยลุนนี่ครับเพื่อนๆชิปเลยอะชิปหายโอ้ยสุดยอดเอาแมนยูนำแล้วเราต้องนำเมื่อดิอานอนเราต้องชนะไปด้วยกันอานอนกับแมนยูโทมิไป Through this game, Lens versus Arsenal, unofficial offshoot studio commentary, and we're going to hand over to Ben White to take us through to full time.
Thanks, Samu. Yeah, as you just mentioned, Sevilla breaking the deadlock in the other game of Group B. Nemanja Gudeli is the one to get the goal away in Eindhoven. Lens looking now to try and take the lead for the first time in this encounter. Frankowski cuts it back for Wahi! Oh, they've got ahead! It's 2-1 to Lens, and it's that area of the field again where they've punished Arsenal. It's this right flank with Frankowski, and he bombs down the wing and gets a brilliant ball into the box for Elia Wahi, the ex-Montpellier man who got his first goal for Lens over the weekend against Strasbourg. He's now got his second. We've mentioned he's been relatively quiet in this game, and yet he's got an assist.
มาอีกแล้วมันมาอีกแล้วลองยิงเรียบร้อยเลยขึ้นนำเลย
It was a glorious opportunity for the Gunners at the other end with Tomiyasu, but on this occasion they make the most of it. Lens, don't they, coming forward? They've not had too many chances in this second half. It was really good play though coming forward, and it was Frankowski with an excellent ball, and he's been a threat all night on that right hand side. You can maybe argue it was a bit too easy. He gets the ball and it's a low cross, and like all good strikers, while he's kind of poised waiting for the ball to come to him.
โอ้อะไรวะลองแง่ยิงนำมานอนแล้วครับ 2-1 เหนื่อยใจจุงเบยตัวนี้นอนเราเล่นไม่ดีด้วยต้องยอมรับครับเพื่อนๆ
to where Wahi had dropped off.
โอ้โหเนี่ยประมาทจัด
No idea, but it's a brilliant ball and an equally brilliant finish.
เป็นวาฮีนะครับเพื่อนๆ
It was of course Thomason
วาฮี
right into the corner. This one from Wahi similarly in the corner. Arsenal have made a change after going a goal down. Emil Smith
ยิงดีจัด
he's on the field now. I didn't see who had gone off. We'll try and figure out who has been replaced. Is it Zinchenko? Reece Nelson's in fact on the field as well. Zinchenko is off. I can't see him on the field.
Trossard, I imagine.
Yeah, Trossard it is as well, isn't it? So there we are. It's 2 on the left side, really.
เอายังไงล่ะเตต้าต้องเอาหน่อยนะโอ้โหไม่ไหวว่ะเพื่อนๆ
Yeah, to confirm, it's Reece Nelson on
สมิธ
Leandro Trossard. He had a great chance to make it 2-1 to Arsenal a few minutes into this second half. And yet it's 2-1
สู้ปืนใหญ่
triple change, isn't
โด
it?
นแล้วดิครับเพื่อน
Zinchenko and Emil Smith-Rowe. So who's the third to have made way? It hasn't
มี
been
ทอสซาก็เล่นไม่ดี
as soon as we receive it.
I can't see Ødegaard at the moment.
I think Ødegaard maybe on the far side. But what we can confirm is Emil Smith-Rowe's on the pitch. They made a triple change when the goal went in, as El Yawahi was wheeling away in celebration. The big summer signing from Montpellier, 30 million euros. He was touted to be going to AC Milan. It's Kai Havertz, as you said, he had a quiet second half. So there we are. Emil Smith-Rowe for Kai Havertz, Reece Nelson for Leandro Trossard and Ben White for Alexander Zinchenko. That does mean that Tomiyasu has come over to the left side of defence. Ben White on the right, with Emil Smith-Rowe in quite a central role and Reece Nelson on the left.
ลาซาทลายตีเสมออีกแล้วเพื่อนๆ 2-2
Back into this one. Reece Nelson tries to find Fabio Vieira on the far side, but it doesn't work out for a long throw in. El Yawahi, as mentioned, 30 million.
กาลาตาสลายตีเสมอแมนยูอีกแล้วครับ 2-2
Total transfer expenditure
อะไรกันวะ
from the French side. They spent around 60 million euros, but they sold about 60 million as well. So it's quite shrewd business really, and to get such a talented player in only 20 years of age, plenty of goals in the French domestic division for Montpellier, and now he's got his he's broken his duck for the Champions League as well as his Ligue 1 account for Lens. They're going to make some changes now, are the hosts. Angelo Fulgini is coming on for the first goal scorer, Adrian Thomason. Wouldn't be surprised if he's getting a standing ovation as well, one of the goal scorers of this evening. Angelo Fulgini, another one of the summer transfers I should point out from FSV Mainz in the Bundesliga. 26 years of age. Wesley Said looks to be another one. I think they're making a triple change as well. In fact, the hosts. So it's 3 for Arsenal and 3 for Lens. Andy Diouf, again another summer transfer signing coming off of Nampalys Mendy. He's come from FC Basel, also 20 years of age, just like El Yawahi. Plenty of youth, talented youth that is, in the Lens team, and the man I just mentioned.
นอนครับต้องบุกหนักแล้ว
For Wesley Said, he ends with essentially his last involvement. There's been a few minutes since, but Arsenal have had possession. His last involvement could be the most positive one, because if Lens hold on, he's got the winner, and Wesley Said is on in his place.
แพ้นะนอนไม่เอานะ
As well, Lens freshen up the legs a little bit. The Lens players have worked very, very hard in this game, so I definitely see where Frank Hayes is coming from making these changes.
เหมือก็ยังดีแต่อย่าแพ้นะ
They've got quite a good squad depth actually. Looking at their squads all season, Lens, they've actually rotated quite a bit really, and I do think that will be in Frank Hayes' thinking, that try and keep the players fresh as possible. If Lens win this game, 4 points out of a possible 6 in the Champions League, that'd be absolutely fantastic. And if Sevilla hold on as well in Eindhoven, or even get a couple more, obviously, that means they as well will go for Arsenal. Will actually not even be in the top 2 of this group come the end of the 90 minutes. Bit concerned for them. However, there is still a lot of time left for Arsenal, but they've got a lot of work to do. Of course they do, and Lens have brought some fresh legs onto the field now as well in response to Arsenal doing the same.
Actor Koglu has just brought Galatasaray once again level at Old Trafford. That's 2-2 between United and Galatasaray. And yeah, you make a great point. I mean, again, still the early stages, but Arsenal have just gone from first in the group to third. Lens now occupy the top spot with Sevilla in second place. They are both on 4 points, both as it stands on the same goal difference, but it's because Lens have scored the one more than the Andalusians, not least thanks to El Yawahi's fantastic finish about 5 or so minutes ago. Arsenal looking for a quick response with Fabio Vieira on this far side. Final
เอาไว้
third
เพื่อน
of the Lens defense.
ๆลืมนะครับเพื่อนๆเข้ามาแล้วฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์กดติดตามให้หน่อย
Gabriel Reece Nelson, his first few involvements
15 นาทีสุดท้ายนะครับดูว่าอาร์เซนอลจะตีเสมอได้หรือเปล่าผู้อื่นเขาแบบยิงกันแหลกลานเลย
To Gabriel, you get the sense that this might be the story of the remainder of this game, with Arsenal having the bags of possession inside Lens's own defensive half as they go in search of an equaliser.
ไปเวล่า
Continue as it stands. They've had 9 consecutive Champions League
เล่งไม่ได้เลยครับเพื่อนๆ
7 victories and 2 draws. They run the risk of not making that to an unbeaten run of 10 as it stands. Final quarter of an hour now. Independent offshoot studio commentary. Lens 2, Arsenal 1. El Yawahi getting the goal to turn things around after Gabriel Jesus took the lead, and Adrian Thomason equalised inside the first half. Now with Tomiyasu, who seems to have occupied the same characteristics as Zinchenko.
กาลาตาสลายนี่มันก็ตัวดีๆเยอะเหมือนกันนะครับเพื่อน
To a 2 midfield alongside Declan
ไป
Rice.
ดู
Through ball towards Gabriel
ก็
Jesus.
ช่องเมน
Intercepted by Medina, and he can find Wesley Said. Ball around the corner again, trying to find the new striker on the field, the number 9 of Lens, but it goes out for an Arsenal throw in. Handshakes all round.
ช่องไหนครับพี่ช่องเมนคืออะไรครับไปดูสกอร์ช่องเมนไปด้วยลูกเพจมันน่ารักเลยลูกเพจไหนอะเพจไหนอะครับพี่
Shake the hands of El Yawahi. As I mentioned, he did come in the summer. He replaced Lois Openda, the Belgian striker who's now gone to RB Leipzig, who scored goals for fun last season, as did Lens. I mean, they only finished 1 point behind Paris Saint-Germain in the Ligue 1 standings last campaign. It didn't go down to the last match day because PSG lost and Lens won, so they already knew they weren't going to win the title. But to finish 1 point behind the oil-rich Paris Saint-Germain is quite a remarkable feat in itself. They only lost 4 games in that domestic season, and already after 7 this campaign, they've lost the same amount of matches. But as we have highlighted, 2 wins in the last 2 Ligue 1 games, a draw away from home against Sevilla in their first Champions League group stage match of the season, and now as it stands, would have a monumental victory against
ไม่ชอบอะไรทำไม
2-1, but there is still plenty of time left in it, easily a quarter of an hour.
2-2 ใช่อะ 2-2
Declan Rice gets around Wesley Said, ball over the top for Gabriel Jesus. In the end, it's some good defending.
อ้าวโดนจุดโทษครับเพื่อนๆแมนยู
I think he got a touch on it, so he couldn't leave it for a goal kick. Instead, had to launch it as far as he possibly could, but it's straight to the feet of another Arsenal player. Now Gabriel, he's under pressure from Satoka. Everyone back for Lens now. Some fresh legs in there, but really, as you'd suspect, they may not get a lot of running in it, and it's going to be maybe more fresh minds because they've got to be switched on constantly.
เจสุดโอ้โหดูเดี๋ยวเพื่อนๆโคตรแข็งเลยโอ้ยคาเมซันเซมิโลโดนใบแดงนะครับเพื่อนๆแมนยู
Yes, they've brought on a few more players, Lons, and have got more fresh legs now, but that's still a problem. Arsenal also have fresh legs themselves, so there's been a bit of a change from both teams, but you do imagine Arsenal will have a lot of the possession now, but Lons have had a very good defensive shape throughout this game, and I feel like obviously Lons, you know, this might be a bit of a bad time to play them. They've got a bit of confidence back, of course, 2 straight wins in Ligue 1. Obviously they got that win as well. They got a draw, against Seville and Andalusia, which was a very good result away from home in the Champions League, and in this game their game plans worked. You've got to say if they go on and win the game, it's worked to perfection. However, obviously there's still some work to do for them, and Arsenal no doubt will try their absolute best to avoid defeat for the first time in all competitions this season, and they thought they won a dangerous free kick there, and Martin Ødegaard is not happy.
Yeah, I
นอน
thought there
ดู
was
แม่ง
a late
บุกไม่เข้าเลยครับเจอลองที
the referee tells Ødegaard to get back on to his feet. It's all happened at Old Trafford, I have to say. It was 2-2 the last time we updated you. There's since been a red card for Casemiro, and Mauro Icardi had a chance from the spot. I would assume that is from the red card of Casemiro. Galatasaray got a penalty. Icardi has missed it. So with about 12 minutes to go in that one, Galatasaray had the chance to go 3-2 up against United. It's been a tough start to the season for Erik ten Hag's men, and it could have got worse there, but they managed to have, it seems, gotten away with falling behind to the Istanbul outfit. Real Madrid have just gone 3-2 up in a 5-goal thriller as it stands in Naples. Federico Valverde making it 3-2 to Carlo
พี่
Ancelotti.
ยิงจุดโทษไม่เข้าเพื่อนๆกาลาตาสลายได้จุดโทษอีคาดีแต่ยิงไม่เข้าโคตรลาวเลย
Made it 1-0 there, and it's 1-1 between Copenhagen and Bayern Munich. Jamal Musiala getting an equaliser there. So we've seen goals in all of the evening kickoffs in this round 2 of the Champions League group stage, and there's certainly been goals in this one between Lens and Arsenal. 2-1 to the French hosts. Nearly every supporter in the stands at the moment with their yellow and red scarves standing proudly above their heads as they try and valiantly get this victory over the line. Declan Rice looks long for Reece Nelson. Should he have let it bounce? I don't think he should have, because it's gone over his head. He's tried to keep it in, has the Arsenal number 24. As we just see some further pictures of the Stade Bollard d'Eleli, everyone on their feet. It's been 21 years since the last time they were in the Champions League group stage. We've mentioned that they've, between that, had the Ligue 1 champions in 1998, which got them to the Champions League. Ultimately, in recent years, they were in the second division of Ligue 2, but they're back in the top flight, and they're back in the Champions League and throwing their weight around. Arsenal making another substitution now, though, and it's another attacking one. Martin Ødegaard is off. The captain will have replaced the armband with someone else, and on in his place is Eddie Nketiah, another striker. And it looks like Lens are going to be copying every time Arsenal make a sub, because they made a triple change earlier. They're now going to make another change. It looks like David Machado, the left back, is going to be coming off, and I would imagine it's a like for like. Number 3 for number 2, Ruben Aguilar, is coming on in his place. Yeah, I mean, interesting change by Mikel Arteta. Martin Ødegaard, you'd imagine if anyone was going to be the Gunners' spot to get back into this game and save themselves in France in the last 10 minutes, he might well have been that man. However, he's looked to his bench, but Eddie Nketiah is a very good chance of scoring a goal.
so he's obviously gone with him instead. An interesting change, but it hasn't been Martin Ødegaard's finest evening by any means. It must be said he's not had his greatest game, and a chance for Arsenal to obviously, as Smith Rowe's fouled right near his own corner flag, which is obviously a relief because he was going nowhere really. And like you say, Lons as well making a fresh change themselves, and Arsenal still have work to do. And right now, Lons are on their way to.
เต็งเลยครับเพื่อนๆพูดตรงๆเลย
It really would be, and yet incredibly they are unbeaten against Arsenal in the Champions League. They have, of course, only had 2 previous encounters in that 98-99 campaign. It was a draw
นาทีสุดท้ายแล้วอ่ะ
and then a 2-1 victory away at Highbury. We highlighted that there was a UEFA Cup semi-final in between, which Arsenal did win. But in this particular competition, they do fare well against the Gunners. The Gunners are now going to try and get an equaliser themselves, with Reece Nelson having a fair old tussle with Florian Satoka. So I think Satoka got away better there and will pick up the ball with a good combination between him and Frankowski. They go all the way back to Brice Samba, ex-Nottingham Forest goalkeeper. Sends it long. Great touch from Satoka. Can he find Wesley Saïd, who did make the run? That instead they're going to look on the far side. But the pass was poor in the end from the launch number 7. There was a chance to double their advantage there if they got their bearings right. Fulgini was making the run on the far side. He's one of the other substitutes.
อ้าวนำเว้ยเพื่อนๆตอนสุดท้ายยิงอยู่โทษไม่เข้าก็กลับมานำแมนยูครับโดนนำอีกแล้วโอ้โหสาจุดโทษไม่เข้าแล้วแต่ก็โดนนำโอ้โหดูดิครับลองแม่งเล่นดีจัดแอดเราเพื่อนกันนั่นดีครับโอ้เต็งเลยเนี่ยพี่ผมอะ
Reece Nelson, he has to go back. I mentioned that Mario Riccardi missed a penalty only 3 or so minutes ago. He's now scored in open play. So it is Galatasaray 3, Manchester United 2 at Old Trafford. A remarkable turnaround there for the Turkish outfit. They trailed twice, going down 1-0 and 2-1, but the 3-2 to the good. It looks like there's a penalty in Eindhoven as well for PSV. Will they score that one? We'll keep you up to date on that. That could change the standings as well. In this group, early stages, it would be we're only a third of the way through the groups, but it's important at every moment, isn't it, to get the points in the bag, because you never know when the next are going to come. It's called the Champions League for a reason. Whilst it is
รอกันใหญ่ครับในช่องอสุจิ
anyone that is in the Champions League is there
ธรรมดาครับพี่เอาแบบทำอย่างนั้นอาจจะมีคนดูเยอะด้วยไง
Not many people coming into this game would have predicted a Lons victory, but right now that's obviously as it stands. Reece Nelson with some poor play there as well, running the ball out of play before trying to bring it back in. That's not good enough from Nelson. At this stage of the game, Arsenal, they have to be quite crisp in their passing and get the ball forward, but that's not been the case, unfortunately, at the moment. And yeah, Arsenal, obviously, they've still got a lot of work to do, and like I say, the group just keeps...
แล้วเราจะทำยังไงกันต่อเนี่ยครับแมนยูอาร์เซนอล
big turn of events at Old Trafford, as you mentioned, for Manchester United as well.
It's a really fascinating start to the Champions League campaign. It looks like PSV have scored from that penalty, so it will be 1 goal apiece between them and Sevilla. Ring combination the scorer when I do receive it. Gabriel Jesus under pressure and has to pass it back towards Takeru Tomiyasu. Now to Gabriel, now Saliba. They're going from left to right. Arsenal desperate to find some space in this watertight Lens shape. They're just trying everything to limit any threat going forward for the Gunners. We're in the 85th minute now. The minutes are
เสมอยังดีเว้ยอย่าแพ้เพื่อนๆพูดตามตรงเลยเนี่ยเจาะไม่เข้าเลยทำยังไงดีวะเนี่ย
PSV once more in fact and getting the equalizer against Sevilla
โอ้ดีนะครับเพื่อนๆกาลาตาสลายเนี่ย
When they don't see the space, they have to go back once more. It's with Gabriel again. Eddie Nketiah was trying to make a run in between the Lens defence, but Gabriel opted to play the safer option and play it short to Tomiyasu. Plenty of passing between the Arsenal defence. Slowly but surely pushing the defenders back even more. It's such a tight, compact area of the field as now they go long towards Smith Rowe. Can he knock it down? He can't. Aguilar is there trying to make a nuisance of himself as well. So too is Fulgini, and the two of them do enough. Now it's a poor ball from Aguilar. It comes to Smith Rowe. Shot at goal straight at Brice Samba though, and he was taking no chances. He clenched his fists and punched it as far as he could. There was some decent power on the strike from Emile Smith Rowe, but not enough precision. Then there's a mistake from Medina, who passes it out for a throw-in deep inside Lens' own territory, as Ben White has immediately picked the ball up and wants to take it as quickly as possible. Fabio Vieira is there as a short option, but they seem to be taking their time. No, they'll go long, but that's a terrible throw-in. Really poor. Vieira made a short option. He ran long. It was well ahead of the Portuguese man, so it gives a chance to see the replay of that strike. Well intended by Smith Rowe. Maybe Arsenal are getting frustrated because there's so much passing, but they can't find the space. So then Gabriel goes long, and it eventually falls to Smith Rowe, and they're trying to look from distance instead.
Yeah, it's not a bad effort. It's really well won back by Smith Rowe, actually. Fair play to him. He does really well. Reads the ball's going to be loose. He wins it back, has the shot, and it's a very easy save for Bryce Samba. Gets 2 fists behind. It does really well, to be fair to him. The Bryce Samba, I think he's had a very good game in goal. Made a couple of massive saves in this second half. The one off Trossard early on in the second half, and of course the one which was came off Tomiyasu just before Lons actually took the lead as well, so that was big. But you know, other than that, Arsenal haven't created a lot in this second half, and that's an opportunity for Smith Rowe. Was straight at him though in a pretty comfortable save, but Arsenal have still got to continue to come forward.
Yeah, Ben White blind ball, but Vieira's going to try and get to it. Andy Diouf does win that duel, and I think they're going to send this long, are they? No. Still playing it around the back to their credit. Lance Medina finding Fulgini on this far side. They've done well to get out of the Arsenal press, and now there's some space on the right flank for Frankowski, who's seen so much of the ball, but they play the safer option once more. Grady is going to Jesus. There's a little shoulder
เองอะเพื่อนมันเจาะไม่ได้เลยลองไม่เล่นโคตรดีเลยฝากเพื่อนด้วยนะครับฝากกด Subscribe ฝากกดติดตามนะครับที่ดูอยู่17คนนะ20คนแล้วฝากกดติดตามฝากกด Subscribe ให้หน่อยนะ
Did go into second with that scoreline at 1-1, but Sevilla have maybe got a late winner. 87th minute, Yusuf En-Nesyri getting a goal in the 87th minute, only 1 minute after PSV got an equaliser. Ball sent in from Lons towards Satoka. He gets a shot, a goal. It just goes a yard wide of the mark, however. But to their credit, they're looking for an extra one. They're certainly not sitting deep and praying to get this one over the line. They're trying to punish Arsenal even further.
Yeah, very hard volley to execute from Satoka, to be fair to him. It's not a bad effort, really. Never quite troubling Rye. You'd say it's always going wide, but it's worth an effort, though, isn't it? The ball comes to him, and it's a difficult one to wrap his foot around. He has the shot, goes wide. But as you say, to be fair to Lons, they're not completely parked in the edge of their own box. They are going for it. They're just not quite having a lot of luck, really. And obviously, they're not having luck. They're just not really had the luck in getting a third goal, obviously. They won't mind that as long as the score stays 2-1. But yeah, still work to do as Nelson brings it forward for Arsenal. And again, it's poor from Nelson. So many times in this half, he's got the ball.
อันนอนดูบุกไม่ขึ้นเลยอ่ะเพื่อน
the touchline and then trying to get around his man, but he just overruns the mark, and the ball trickles out for a throw. Bayern have also turned their fortunes around. They were trailing in Copenhagen by a goal to 0, but as I mentioned, a Musiala equaliser, and then Matthias Tell, the 18-year-old Frenchman, in the 83rd minute. So as it stands, Bayern will be winning 2-1. It's still Inter 1, Benfica 0. Benfica the only side this evening to not score a goal in the 7:45s, that is, because RB Salzburg failed to score at home against Real Sociedad. It's 2-1 to Lens against Arsenal, of course, in this encounter. 3-2 to Galatasaray.
หนูไปด่ากล้องไปด่าเขาทำไมอะครับพี่
Great layoff towards Gabriel Jesus, who's dropped deep. He's got plenty of support in dark green shirts. Now Emil Smith Rowe, Eddie Nketiah out wide. Can he drill it across the face of goal? He can. Comes to Reece Nelson.
โหดร้ายจังไปด่าเขามา
What a block from Frankowski. The threat is still alive. There was Samba. Free kick given to Alonso. And now there's a bit of an argy-bargy as there's all sorts of bodies on the deck. Bryce Samba being one of them. There's shoving and pushing. The referee's got his yellow card out. I think he's going to give this
ทำอย่างนั้นนะเหมือนตกลงมันดับ3ไปนานเพื่อน
We're going to see a replay of it. I think Samba was beaten. I think it was Frankowski with the block. If it was, he's my argument for man of the match this evening. We'll wait to see a replay on it. But it's a crucial block because Arsenal seem destined to get the equaliser.
What a chance for Arsenal to equalise. It's an amazing block, as you say there. Frankowski's had an excellent game. Bryce Samba's taken a knock for his troubles as well. What a chance that is. It's got to be said. Arsenal, that is just such a good opportunity to get to the equaliser, not taken in the end. And credit to Lons defending for their lives and defending really well on that occasion. And that could be an absolute game saver, it's fair to say.
Yeah, I mean, in every sense. We haven't seen a replay of it yet, but it was fantastic, and I would love to see it again. The referee has given a yellow card apiece. I think one is to Gabriel Jesus, the other is to Abdel Samed. Must have been the altercation when Bryce Samba eventually clambered at the ball and picked it up when the rebound came in from Arsenal. So yellow card for Jesus, yellow card for Abdel Samed to confirm, and a free kick to Lens. We have gone past the 90-minute mark. The fourth official hasn't yet put his board up for how many minutes will be added on. Samba's now back on his feet, ready to take this free kick. But what a chance for Arsenal, as you say, and valiant defending from the French side to keep this victory intact. Samba's going to send it long. and looking for Wesley Said. He's going to go up against Emil Smith-Rowe. Jesus is the one to win that. 4 minutes of added time have been awarded. We have already seen half a minute as it goes all the way now to David Raya. Wants to get things going as quickly as possible, as you would suspect. It's come to Saliba, who sends it long, looking for Jesus, who's now central. Loose ball comes the way of Tomiyasu. Was he adjudged to have been fouled there by Satoka? The referee seems to think so. About 30 yards from goal, maybe, as Tomiyasu tried to get onto a loose ball there, didn't he? And I think Satoka just gave a lazy leg out and tripped up the Japanese international. Arteta wants further punishments, I think. He's complaining to the fourth official. Satoka gives a little look to Tomiyasu as he gets around him. It's a cynical challenge, isn't it? One that was seen by the referee, but there's no yellow card being given, but there could be enough punishment because Arsenal have a free kick in a dangerous area.
I think Tomiyasu's bought that in a way, though. He's noticed the legs coming out and he's gone over. You don't blame Tomiyasu in that position. I thought the referee was going to give him for a dive originally the other way, but he hasn't done that, and this is a chance for Fabio Vieira to get the ball in, and this is a real chance for Arsenal. Dangerous free kick, and this could be the last opportunity for the Gunners to save themselves a point and avoid their first defeat in all competitions this season.
Yeah, they needed to go goal bound. It's sent to the back post. It's going to go all the way out for a goal kick, though. It's another wasted cross. There was a few defenders going for it. Saliba and Ben White, to name a few, as it was chipped in by Fabio Vieira, but that's an absolute waste. Brees will take his time on this, I should suspect. It isn't. I should give credit instead to Jonathan Grady, the number 24. Pure reactions, really. He's throwing his body at the ball. But he must be thinking in his mind, there's that much power on the strike from Reece Nelson, and Brees Sammer's behind him. He could be throwing his body at it. Brees Sammer is diving in that direction of the ball. It could rebound anywhere off of Grady. It could go into his own net. But it's a great block. It is a brilliant block, and it's not just the block, it's the way he recovers afterwards as well, because Nelson has the shot, but then Nelson gets back, and immediately runs for the ball. Grady has to get up, spin his body, and clear. He's done so well to do that, and in the end, as you say, it's a brilliant, heroic piece of defending, and he celebrated that like a goal. It was that impressive, it was that important to him, and we're just about 75 seconds to go in the game, and Lons are on their way to what would be a famous winner's right.
But comes the wow, Arsenal.
Loose ball comes away. Reece Nelson under pressure from Andy Diouf. Andy Diouf does about enough, and then Grady can launch it. Anyway, will do is rebound it off his own man in Fulgini. I think you're perfectly right. Defenders are going to celebrate instances like that, like a goal. Brilliant block, but they still have to be switched on for this final 60 seconds. Fabio Vieira has got it inside Lens' own half. Finds Saliba in some space. Declan Rice is having to drop quite deep and looks for options ahead of him. There's 5 Arsenal players on the 18-yard lines. It comes in towards, well, it was intended, I think, for Jesus or Nketiah. It nearly went the way of Ben White. Aguilar has taken no chances to clear it out. I think it would have gone for a goal kick. But he didn't get a shout from his teammates. I think Ben White had given up on the ball. It's Frankowski, in fact, he's gone over to that far side now. I think Aguilar might be on this near side instead. But this is the last chance for Arsenal. David Raya, has he come up? He has, he's in the 18-yard area. Fabio Vieira has gone over to take the in-swinger. Reece Nelson is there for the out-swinger. Everyone inside the 18-yard box, apart from those 2 Arsenal players. Fabio Vieira may get there now as well, because it's going to be Reece Nelson to take it. Franquez is looking on. Nervous times for him. We have gone past the allotted 4, and it's going to be swung out by Reece Nelson. It's a high ball towards David Raya. Is it clear? No, it won't come to Smith-Rowe. It's blocked in the end. It's another corner given. He's not going to blow for the full-time whistle, the referee. So one last chance. The last chance before, but they will get one more set-piece scenario. Arsenal. Nelson will go over to take it at the same corner that it was previously. The referee, as though Holton proceeds. I think he just wanted to check if there was a hand. There wasn't. He's immediately told Nelson to play on. There were 2 balls on the pitch, so Nelson races over to roll that one out of play. It's a really congested, well, both 6-yard box and 18-yard box. Out again by Nelson. High ball towards Gabriel. He gets his head onto it. It should have been taken by Brees Sammer instead. Andy's youth is going to clear it as far as he can. David Raya scrambles towards his own half again. Sent back in. He can't bring it down. Lons clear it, and they've done enough. It's a famous victory for Lons against Arsenal. They remained unbeaten in their 2 previous encounters in the Champions League. They drew in the last instance 25 years ago, I should say. 1-1
เรียบร้อยครับจบเลย โอ้โหลองชนะว่ะ
El Yawahi. Arsenal threw everything at it to try and get a late winner, but a fantastic block late on from Jonathan Grady kept the scoreline at 2-1. A crucial 3 points. The first 3 points
ครับเพื่อนๆผมสะใจเลยแพ้เลย
Full-time loss to Arsenal 1.
เรามาลุ้นแมนยูก่อนนะครับเพื่อนๆแมนยูเหลือประมาณ 3-4 นาทีนะเหนื่อยใจจุงเบย
Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved.
เรียบร้อยครับแมนยูก็แพ้เหมือนกันนะครับเพื่อนๆ 3-2
and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities.
กาลาตาสลายทำพิษอีกแล้ว
Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck.
บาเยิร์นแม่งก็มาชนะจนได้นะเพื่อนๆ
Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb
แพ้ดักดาเลยงานเนี้ยคุณคุมรูปเพจไม่ได้ครับคุณมันบ้า อย่างว่าครับเพื่อนๆต่างคนต่างที่ต่างมาก็จบแล้วนะครับเพื่อนๆวันนี้เวลาตี 2นะก็ทั้งหมด6คู่แต่รวมทั้งไอ้นี่ด้วยก็8คู่นะครับเพื่อนๆตั้งแต่เวลา 5:45 นะสำหรับวันนี้นะครับเซาบวกนะแพ้โซเซดัด 0-2 ยูเนียนเบอร์ลินแพ้บาก้านะครับ2-3โคปาเนเกนนะครับแพ้บาเยิร์นมิวนิก1-2 อินเตอร์มิลานนะครับชนะเบนฟิก้า 1-0 แรงนะครับชนะอาร์เซนอล 2-1 แมนเชสเตอร์ยูไนเต็ดนะครับแพ้กาลาตาซาย2-3 นาโปลีนะครับแพ้เรอัลมาดริด2-3 PSV เอลเฟนนะครับเสมอกับเซบีย่า2-2นะครับเพื่อนๆก็เดี๋ยวเรามาดูตารางคะแนนกันนะกลุ่ม A นะครับตอนนี้บาเยิร์นนะครับแข่ง2นัดมี6คะแนนนะครับที่2นะครับกาลาตาสรายแข่ง2นัดมี4คะแนนที่3นะครับโคปาเนเกนนะครับแข่ง2นัดมี1คะแนนแล้วก็ที่4นะครับแมนเชสเตอร์ยูไนเต็ดแข่ง2นัดมี0คะแนนนะครับ แพ้2 นัดรวดเลยกลุ่ม B นะครับเพื่อนๆแรงนะครับอยู่ที่1นะครับแข่ง2 นัด4 คะแนนอาร์เซนอลแข่ง2 นัด3 คะแนนที่3นะเซบีย่าแข่ง2 นัดมี2 คะแนนที่4นะครับ PSV แข่ง2 นัดมี1 คะแนนก็จริงครับเพื่อนๆใช่ใช่เราเป็นเจ้าของใช่ครับตรงนี้ยูโรป้าก็ไม่ได้ไป อันนี้พูดถึงทีมไหนพี่ปีเตอร์ฮะ พูดถึงทีมอะไรดีอะ กลุ่ม C นะครับเป็นเรอัลมาดริดนะ2 นัด6 คะแนนที่2นาโปลีนะครับ2 นัด3 คะแนนที่3นะบาก้านะครับ2 นัด3 คะแนนเหมือนกันที่4ยูเนียนเบอร์ลินนะครับ2 นัด0 คะแนนนี่พูดถึงทีมแมนยูใช่ไหมพี่กลุ่มดีนะเรอัลโซไซดัดนะครับที่1 4 คะแนนที่2อินเตอร์มิลานก็4 คะแนนเหมือนกันที่3นะครับเซาบวก3 คะแนนที่4เบนฟิก้านะครับโอนาน่าอ๋อนี่พูดถึงแมนยูใช่ไหมพี่ปีเตอร์ มันนึกว่าพูดถึงนึกว่าพูดถึงอาร์เซนอล คือปัญหาเยอะจริงๆครับแมนยูอ่ะผมรู้เลยปัญหาเยอะมากๆคือนักเตะเหมือนไม่ค่อยมีใจนะแล้วกลุ่ม E กลุ่ม F E กลุ่ม E กลุ่ม F แล้วก็กลุ่ม G กลุ่ม H นะครับเดี๋ยวพรุ่งนี้เราค่อยมาดูอีกทีเพราะเพิ่งแข่งไป1 นัดแล้วนี้เราสรุปก่อนถึงแค่กลุ่ม D นะครับเพื่อนๆกลุ่มที่แข่ง2 นัดไปแมนยูปัญหาเยอะครับพี่เดี๋ยวผมเอาใจแฟนแมนยูเลยพี่คือ ทางนู้นคาไปคาบ้านเลยเนี่ยก็มีนัดไอ้คาราบาวครับใช่ไหมครับที่ชนะ3-0แล้วก็แพ้คินซัมพาเลตในบ้านครับ1-0แล้วก็คาบ้านแพ้กาลาซาลาย3-2แล้วคาเซมิโลก็มาโดนใบแดงอีกนัดหน้าก็ไม่มีคาเซมิโลเล่นในยูฟ่าแชมเปี้ยนลีกอีกใช่ไหมครับพี่เรามาดูสถิติแล้วก็มาชนะเบอร์ลี่1-0แพ้บาเยิร์น4-3แพ้ไบรตัน3-1แพ้เซนอน3-1ฤดูกาลนี้ครับฤดูกาลนี้โหยชนะ3แพ้4อ่ะในในยูฟ่าแล้วในพรีเมียร์ครับเพื่อนๆฮอยลุนต้องแฮกทริกทุกเกมแล้วมึงถึงชนะได้นั่นดิครับพี่นั่นรู้ว่าแพ้แต่ดีใจที่ใครใหญ่ยิงได้ใช่ใช่ผมว่ามีเป็นเรื่องที่ดีครับที่ที่ที่ฮอยลุนยิงได้อะผมว่ามันเป็นแมตช์ที่ดีนะสำหรับแมนยูนี่นัดหน้าเจอเบนฟอร์ดนะในบ้านอีกแล้วนะวันเสาร์แล้วก็เจอเชฟฟิลด์เจอโคปาเนเกนเจอซิตี้โหแต่สิ้นเดือนนี่รู้สึกหนักเลยนะเจอทั้งซิตี้เจอทั้งนิวคาสเซิล2 เกมเลยนะคาราบาวครับกับพรีเมียร์แต่หลังจากนี้ก็คงเจอเบาแล้วเบนฟอร์ดเจอเชฟฟิลด์เจอโคปาเนเกนนะครับ3 เกมหลังจากนี้ก็คงไม่ได้หนักมากสำหรับแมนยูเนี่ยจะผมเปิดให้ดูครับแมนยูอ่ะโอนาน่าพี่ผมว่ามันคิดผิดมากเลยนะที่มันปล่อยเดคอาไปเนี่ยพี่ผมเป็นไม่ใช่แฟนแมนยูนะผมเป็นแฟนอาร์เซนอลนะครับเพื่อนๆแต่ผมใส่เสื้อแมนยูใจช่วยแมนยูฮอยลุนยิง2นะแต่หัวหน้ากบหมดเลยคือประตูทอมฮิตตันโอนาน่าแล้วก็อะไรเนี่ยครับบัสอินดี้เหรอบัสยาบัสยาอินดีเนี่ยครับของตุรกีเนี่ยโอนาน่าผมงงมากเลยทำไมจะปล่อยนาจะเห็นโกเด่นขนาดนี้ เด่นจริงอะแล้วก็ดูกองหลังดีครับเพื่อนๆ มีทั้งจอห์นนี่เวลจอห์นนี่เว่นนะครับวารานแฮร์รี่แม็กไวร์ลินเดเลฟลุกชอเดเกลอนนะครับแต่เจ็บเนี่ยตอนนี้เจ็บก็มีลุกชอเดเกลอนนะครับวันวิซาก้ามาเลเซียเลชโนมาร์ติเนสถ้าแทบจะเหลืออยู่5 ตัวเองครับเพื่อนๆกองหลังนะอันนี้รวมแบ็คด้วยนะเพื่อนๆคือมันไม่มีตัวเล่นจริงแมนยูอ่ะตัวเจ็บเยอะพอมากองกลางมีคิดเซนเล็กเซนคาเซมิโลบูโนอัมราบัตฟันเดอร์เบกเมสันเมาส์อันนี้ซื้อมาทำหาอะไรเหมือนเท้าแบตเลยเนี่ยเชลซีแม่งโลกของห่วยแตกจริงๆสกอตแมคโทมิเน่ครับฮันนิบาลเมดบี้แล้วก็เมนดูสอะครับโคบี้เมดเจอตัวนี้ครับไปแม็กไวเบาเลยโอ้แล้วนะคือมันแย่จริงครับใช่ครับพี่ดูกองหน้าครับมีมาซิยาลครับแรดฟอร์ดซันโชนี่ก็คงหมดอนาคตไปแล้วใช่ไหมครับมีแอนโทนีครับมีเปสลี่มีฮอยลุนแล้วก็มีการนาโชตัวรู้สึกว่ามันยังไม่ใช่ไม่ใช่สำหรับแมนยูเพื่อนๆไหนพี่พูดถึงโอนาน่าแล้วเราจะพูดได้เปล่าไม่ได้ครับเราต้องมาดูสถิติโอ้โหได้คะแนน 4.4 พี่เซฟ1 จาก 4 ครั้งครับตรงเป็นตรงจริงครับเพื่อนๆอันเนี้ยที่เขาเรียกกันเจอตรงเป็นตรงจำนวนประตูที่เสีย3ความแม่นยำในการผ่านบอลแล้วบอกเป็นประตูที่ผ่านบอลดีครับที่ที่เอริกเทนฮาซื้อมาเพราะเป็นการผ่านบอลดีผ่านบอลดีไหมล่ะพี่ผ่านบอลสำเร็จ 57% ความแม่นยำในการผ่านบอล21 จาก 37 ครั้งผ่านในการผ่านบอลประตูนะพี่มันจะส่งให้ไหนใครได้มันอาจจะเปิดมันก็ต้องส่งแบบตัวต่อตัวใช่ไหมเนี่ยดูความแม่นยำในการผ่านบอลยาวครับ 44% ไหนบอกผ่านบอลดีซื้อมาเล่นบอลกับเท้าได้ดีดูดิครับเพื่อนๆสถิติในนัดเนี้ย11 จาก 25 ครั้งผ่านบอลยาวสำเร็จนะโอ้โหคือแบบนี่เดี๋ยวผมดูเลยพี่ดูสถิติเลยพุ่งเซฟ0 ครั้งเซฟในกรอบ1 ครั้งผู้รักษาประตูไหนบอกว่าจะเป็นแบบสวิปเปอร์ตัวสุดท้ายไม่มีเลย0 ครั้งเนี่ยครับเพื่อนๆตัดลูกอากาศ0สัมผัสบอล44 ครั้งโอ้ดูดิพี่ไหนลิกเทนฮาร์ดบอกว่าซื้อมาแล้วมันเป็นประตูที่ผ่านบอลดีพี่เอานัดนี้เห็นเลยดูดิครับความแม่นยำในการผ่านบอล21 จาก 37คือประตูมันก็คงไม่ได้ไปเปิดให้มันผ่านบอลยากมันก็ส่งแค่กองหลังใช่ไหมส่งให้วาลาอย่างเงี้ยครับส่งให้กองหลังผ่านบอลยาวอย่างเงี้ยโอ้โหแล้วบอกว่าโอนาน่าเป็นคนที่เปิดบอลเล่นบอลกับเท้าได้ดีมากแล้วก็เห็นอยู่นะแฟนแมนยูว่าสถิติของโอนาน่ามันห่วยเซฟได้1 จาก 4 ครั้งเซฟได้ครั้งเดียวนอกนั้นอีก3 ลูกโดนเลยได้คะแนน 4.4เว็บที่ผมดูพี่ ให้คะแนนโอนาน่า4.4โอ้โหห่วยผมเห็นแล้วห่วยผมเซ็งเลยผมเป็นคนที่ชอบเดกอานะเพื่อนๆผมเป็นคนที่ชอบเดกอามากผมยอมรับว่าผมเป็นคนที่ชอบเดกอามากแต่ผมก็เสียดายด้วยผมไม่รู้ว่าเอริกเทนฮาร์คิดอะไรที่จะปล่อยเดกอาออกไปผมก็งงว่าเขาคิดอะไรใช่ไหมที่จะปล่อยเดกอาออกเห็นสถิติโอนาน่านัดนี้แล้วเพื่อนๆนี่ครับประตู60 ล้านเหรอผมไม่รู้ว่าซื้อมาเท่าไหร่นะผมขออนุญาตแป๊บหนึ่งผมขออนุญาตดูก่อนนะว่าเขาซื้อมาเท่าไหร่ผมไม่แน่ใจผมเปิดให้ดูซื้อมา57.7 ล้านยูโรมีการทำพรุ่งนี้ น้อยครับพี่ผมมีงานเหมือนกันพี่ปีเตอร์ฝันดีครับพี่ฝากกด Subscribe ให้หน่อยนะตอนนี้จะ1,400 ซับแล้วนะครับฝากเพื่อนๆด้วย ตอนนี้จะ1,400 ซับแล้วอู้ขาดอีกซับเดียวนะครับจะ1,400 ซับแล้วฝากเพื่อนๆนะครับไม่ได้หลับไม่ได้นอนสว่างคาตาปวดน้อยติดทหารใช่โดนใบแดงโหคาเซโดนใบแดงบ่อยมากนะครับเนี่ยผมไล่ให้ดูเลยนะอันนี้ไม่นับตอนช่วงตลาดมกรานะซื้อตัวแรกนะซื้อเมสันเมาส์นะในราคา 67.1 ล้านยูโรนะหน่วยเป็นยูโรนะ67 ล้านยูโรมาที่2จอห์นนี่แว่นแบบย้ายทีมแบบฟรีนะมาตัวที่3นะครับโอนาน่า 57.5 ล้านยูโรแพงมากในราคาตลาดแค่36 ล้านนะแต่แมนยูซื้อ57ราคาประเมิน36 ล้านยูโรแต่แมนยูซื้อ 57.5 ล้านยูโรมาตัวที่4นะครับเป็นฮอยลุนนะครับราคาตลาด47 ล้านยูโรแต่แมนยูซื้อ74 ล้านยูโรแล้วก็มาตัวนี้นะเป็นดาวรุ่งนะผมไม่รู้จักนะครับจากเฟเนบาเช่นะเอาว่าไปอันนี้ก็ยืมตัวมาในเกลอนนะครับใช่คาเซมิโลผมว่าไม่ผิดเหมือนกันและอัมราบัตนะครับเพื่อนๆยืมตัวมาในค่าตัว10 ล้านcorrect score double result total goals market handicap betting or any other of our exciting markets แต่ผมจะเปิดสถิติคาเซมิโลให้ดูเพื่อนๆโดนใบแดงไม่รู้กี่ใบแล้วเนี่ย
independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities
แมนยูราคาฝรั่ง นั่นนี่ครับพี่โอ้โหแมนยูคือแบบเห็นแล้วมันแบบนี้มากเลยเพื่อนแต่เห็นสถิติของโอนาน่าแล้วแม่งมันห่วยแบบโอ้โหไม่คิดว่าจะขนาดนี้โอ้โหคือผมงงว่าซื้อมาเพื่อที่จะมาในการเซตเกมหลังบ้านใช่ไหมตั้งแต่แดนหลังเลยใช่ไหมแต่เห็นอัตราการผ่านบอลหรือความแม่นยำในการผ่านบอลแล้วหยีเลยอ่ะคิดถึง DKR เลยอ่ะ DKR นะ4 ลูกนี่นะผมว่าไม่ต้องมีอย่างน้อยนะถ้าเฮี้ยเลยนะเสียแค่2 ลูกสำหรับ DKR ผมพูดไปเลยจริงๆอย่าง DKR 2 ลูกฝากพี่ด้วยนะครับตอนนี้จะ1,400 ซับแล้วฝากหน่อยแค่ซับเดียวเท่านั้นนะหนึ่งซับสไครต์จะ1,400 ซับแล้วช่วยกดให้หน่อยนะช่วยกดซับสไครต์ให้หน่อย พรุ่งนี้นะดูคู่ไหนดีพี่นัตตี้หรือพี่ปีเตอร์พรุ่งนี้เราไลฟ์เชียร์คู่ไหนเป็นหลักดีพรุ่งนี้ยูฟ่าแชมเปี้ยนลีกนะครับเพื่อนๆเดี๋ยวผมขออนุญาตนะวันพรุ่งนี้ตอน5 ทุ่มนะครับมีอาร์ติโกมาดริดกับเฟยรูดนะมีชัตเตอร์โนเนตกับทีมอะไรวะเนี่ยโรยัลแอดวาร์ดเหรอแอดวอร์ดช่างมันเถอะแอดวอร์รอยัลแอดวอร์แล้วตี 2นะครับมีเซลติกกับลาซิโอดอร์ทมุนด์เอซีมิลานนิวคาสเซิลเปเชแล้วมียังบอยกับนิวไหมน่าสนใจเนาะนิวกับเปเช่เนาะพี่แล้วก็มีไลซิกกับแมนซิตี้เอฟปอร์โตกับบาซ่าพี่น่าสนใจว่ะนิวตามใจเลยครับผมไม่ได้ซีเรียสอยู่แล้วครับผมดูคู่ไหนก็ได้เพราะผมเปิดดู3-4 คู่อยู่แล้วบนหน้าจอ2 จอผมเนี่ยนิวโอเคครับนิวนะได้เพราะยังไงแมนซิตี้ก็ชนะอยู่แล้วพี่ไม่ต้องไปดูมันหรอกจริงนิวเนาะนิวกับเปเช่ไม่เคยเจอกันด้วยครับไม่เคยเจอกันเลยนิวกับเปเช่สถิติ5 นัดหลังสุดนะของนิวนี่ก็ชนะ4เสมอ1ส่วนเปเช่ชนะ3นะครับแพ้1เสมอ1เชลซีทิ้งกันแล้วก็ ผมว่าคู่นี้แหละเนี่ยผู้เล่นที่คาดโอ้ยสูสีอ่ะเพื่อนๆตัวเนี่ยนะประตูลานาลูม่านะคู่เซนเตอร์เป็นสเกอร์เนียครับมาคินยอทางซ้ายเป็นเชียร์ของแฮนนันเดสนะทางขวาฮาคิวมี่ตรงกลางมีวิตันยาแล้วก็ยูเกตแล้วก็เอมิลี่นะหน้าเป้ามีมุนนี่เอ็มบัปเป้แล้วก็เดมเบเล่นี่กองหน้าทีมชาติฝรั่งเศส3 คนเลยเนี่ยส่วนของนิวคาสเซิลนี่นิกโป๊กนะประตูเป็นฟาเมนแชร์ครับทางขวาทิปเปียทางซ้ายเบิร์นนะกองกลางนี่มีโทโนรินะกิมมาไลท์ลองซาร์ฟหน้าเป้าเป็นกอนดอนนะครับอีซักแล้วก็ฮาเมลอนเนี่ยสูสีพรุ่งนี้เรามาไลท์ดูนิวคาสเซิลนะแต่ในช่วง4 ทุ่ม 5 ทุ่ม5 ทุ่ม 45เดี๋ยวมาดูแอตติโกมาดริดก่อนแกง่วงขอบคุณครับที่ฟังผมได้ขอบคุณมากครับพี่โดเนทครับขอบคุณครับขอบคุณมากครับพี่ผมไม่ได้ซีเรียสอยู่แล้วสนุกสนานครับพี่เพื่อนเราดูบอลให้มันเป็นสีสันก็ขอบคุณพี่ๆท่านอื่นนะที่ไม่ได้เม้นมาก็มาคุยกันได้ผมไม่ได้ซีเรียสอยู่แล้วครับเราเป็นแฟนฟุตบอลครับเราด่าได้อยู่แล้วแต่ก็ได้ด่าเกินขอบเขตที่มันไม่มีกาลเทศะขอบคุณมากครับพี่26 บาทโอ้โหโดเนทมาโอ้ขอบคุณมากครับพี่วิเตอร์เราด่าได้อยู่แล้วครับทีมฟุตบอลไม่ต้องไปซีเรียสครับแต่ก็อย่าไปด่าที่มันเกินขอบเขตใช่ไหมครับผมก็ด่าเหมือนกันอาร์เซนอลนะผมเป็นแฟนอาร์เซนอลก็จริงนะแต่ผมชอบดูฟุตบอลนะที่ผมมาทำช่องก็ผมชอบดูฟุตบอลนะผมดูไปทุกทีมอยู่แล้วผมไม่ได้ซีเรียสว่าเราเป็นแฟนอาร์เซนอลเราจะใส่เสื้อทีมอื่นไม่ได้นะผมก็ใส่แม่งทุกทีมอะผมมีเสื้ออะไรใส่ผมก็ใส่หมดแต่พรุ่งนี้นะเรามาดูกัน5 ทุ่มถ้าใครว่างนะครับ5 ทุ่ม 45เราก็มาดูแอตติโกมาดริดแล้วก็ตี 2นะเป็นนิวคาสเซิลกับปารีสนะเราจะโฟกัสกันที่คู่นิวคาสเซิลแต่เราก็จะดูคู่อื่นไปด้วยแหละเราก็ดูกันสนุกสนานแล้วก็มีอะไรก็มาพูดคุยวันนี้นอนเนี่ยพี่นัตตี้พี่ปีเตอร์นะครับก็ขอบคุณมากนะพี่ปีเตอร์ที่โดเนทมา26 บาทนะครับขอบคุณมากอาร์เซนอลไม่น่ามีให้ด่าใช่วันนี้เล่นห่วยเองครับอาร์เซนอลวันนี้ยอมรับวันนี้อาร์เซนอลเล่นแบบห่วยไม่ค่อยลงตัวนะแต่ไม่เป็นไรครับบอลแพ้ชนะก็แพ้วันไหนมันจะชนะก็ชนะวันไหนมันจะแพ้มันก็แพ้ครับแต่แมนยูมันแพ้บ่อยจัดผมเห็นแล้วผมเครียดแทนที่วันนี้ใส่เสื้อแมนยูนี่เอาใจแฟนแมนยูนะเอาใจช่วยนะผมไปดูอินฟูช่องอื่นๆอ่ะหนูติดผู้ชายขายฮอยลุนมาปืนก็ดีโหเขาเพิ่งย้ายมาค่าตัวแพงด้วยเขาไม่มาหรอกตั้ง70 กว่าล้านปอนด์แมนอาร์นอมไม่มีตังค์ซื้อครับหมูแมนยูเขารวยอ่ะซื้อตัวแต่ละตัวราคาฝรั่งอ่ะเหมือนที่พี่ปีเตอร์บอกแมนยูราคาฝรั่งอ่ะ ซื้อตัวแม่งโคตรแพงเลยโอ้ยอาร์นอมซื้อไม่ไหวแล้วครับเพื่อนๆ ก็ขอบคุณมากนะครับที่ติดตามรับชมรับฟังนะครับฝากก่อนจากการฝากกด Subscribe ฝากกดติดตามนะครับกดกระดิ่งแจ้งเตือนไปด้วยนะครับพี่ๆเวลามีคลิปใหม่จะได้เด้งพวกพี่ๆนะครับก็วันนี้นะครับราตรีสวัสดิ์ครับพี่สวัสดีครับบ๊ายบายฝันดีครับพี่ปีเตอร์พี่นัตตี้พรุ่งนี้เจอกันเวลา5 ทุ่ม 45แล้วก็เวลาตี 2นะครับบ๊ายบายครับพี่บ๊ายบายเอาล่ะฝันดีพี่อย่าซีเรียสนะเดี๋ยวมันก็ผ่านไปนะครับแฟนแมนยูแล้วเราค่อยมาด่าใหม่ในวันเสาร์สำหรับแฟนแมนยูบ๊ายบายครับพี่